When the fire of life comes uninvited, it's only the God of fire himself that can stop it. And when enemies plot in secret, God scatters them in public. What happened to Iyabo Ojo's office on the 8th of July was not just a fire. It was a test of divine covering, I tell you, my people. But make no mistake, the devil came knocking and God answered on her behalf. That was exactly how to explain what happened on that day for those of you who have been privileged to watch those videos, because it could have even gotten out of hand. But God appeared on that day, and that is why that situation was under control. And that was why there had to be people there when that fire broke out. And that was why even the fire service, who are notorious for coming late to quench fire, be able to get there on time. It has to be grace. It was around 7 p.m. on Tuesday, July 8, 2025, when a shocking fire broke out at the office building of Nollywood actress and activist Iyabo Ojo. For many, it was an ordinary Tuesday evening. But for Iyabo Ojo family, it was a moment that could have ended in tragedy, if not for divine mercy. Honestly, that thing could have ended up in a severe tragedy. But again, God is always there for her, and God has always, been there. So this time, there was no an exception to this. According to Priscilla Ojo, Iyabo Ojo's daughter, despite the damage, she is thankful to God for preserving lives. She shared this gratitude online, saying, "In everything, we thank God." But her next post sent shockwaves across social media. A screenshot of a threatening letter she claimed she had received months before, warning of plans to ruin her marriage. Don't forget that marriage, that wedding, even as I do this video, it has to be the best wedding so far in the whole of Nigeria and by extension Africa. So if they got that letter, that threatening letter before the wedding, in order to ruin the marriage or the wedding, but you and I now know that today that remains the best organized wedding in Africa. Could it be that this fire incident is connected to that old threat? Was it a spiritual fire attack that failed? Because while the building was partially damaged, not even partially damaged, I think some stuff got burnt inside. It is still standing. The building itself is still standing. No life was lost. And as Iyabo herself said, the devil tested us today, but God said no. With God on my side, we will bounce back bigger and stronger. And I tell you, she's already bouncing back and stronger, even as I do this video. Now let's pause and ask, what kind of heart rejoices at someone else's loss? Why are some people celebrating this fire instead of showing empathy, or you want to call it sympathy? Let's not forget that this is the same Iyabo Ojo who has fought many battles, not just for herself, but for others. She stood her ground in the Baba Ije child molestation case. For those of you who have not forgotten about this case, that case was really trending at the time it broke out. She went head to head in her long war with LizzyAnjorin, and she dared to speak truth during the late Mohbad saga, even when it was not convenient. She has stepped on toes, powerful toes, in her journey for justice. And even as I do this video now, the case of Mohbad is being reopened. And I tell you, in some quarters, people have continued to accuse her that maybe she stopped justice. She stopped Mohbad from getting justice at that time. A lot of people are insinuating that she truncated justice. There are a lot of people who just don't like her stand because she decided at that time to stand with the wife of the late musical icon. Okay? So obviously, there are people who don't like her, for certain stands she has taken in her life. And that is the sad reality. The more good you do, the more enemies you attract. The higher you fly, the more visible you become to those who want to be grounded, especially those who want you grounded. Okay? But if this truly was a spiritual fire, like it's being insinuated, then it failed woefully, if I must tell you. Because if the devil meant to destroy her, he clearly forgot who is backing her. God showed up, like she said. Fire came, but it did not it did not finish. It did not finish her. Flames rose, but lives were spared. We have heard stories like this before. Fire that only burns part of a building. Fire that chooses the day after power was restored. Fire that, comes shortly after success. Like Priscilla's beautiful, peaceful wedding. That wedding, the news and the joy and the euphoria that wedding created is still reverberating all over Africa. So if this is coming just after that, then maybe, just maybe, it is one of those things that comes with success. Could this be coincidence? Maybe. But for the spiritual, signs don't lie. They don't lie, I tell you. Yet amidst this chaos and suspicion, Iyabo Ojo remains grateful. She praised the Lagos State Fire Service and her dedicated staffs, who salvaged what they could. Yes, they did their best. She is thankful that the incident did not happen at night, because we could be telling a different story today. Honestly, just imagine if that thing had happened when everybody was fast asleep. Only God knows. I don't want to even begin to imagine what would have happened to that building and everything inside. Now I ask again, where is our humanity? When did we become a people that mocked others in pain? Even if you don't like Iyabo Ojo, must you celebrate her misfortune the way a lot of people have been celebrating, calling it karma and saying all sort of things? Is this not the same woman that has used her voice and platform to defend the voiceless? Even if you don't agree with all she stands for, should not this be a time to show some level of empathy? Dear women, daughters of grace, mothers of nations, let us remember this. When fire visits one household, it reminds us all of the fragility of life. No one is immune. No one, I said, is immune. Let us learn, let us pray, and let us reflect. To Iyabo Ojo, listen, I want to say this to you, my dear sister. May this fire push you into more victories. May the ashes of what was lost birth a greater glory. May your enemies live long so they can see what God is about to do next. Because in this life, no one fights the child of grace and wins. Yes, you heard me well. No one. Go and check history. No one. They forgot that Iyabo Ojo is a daughter of grace. So I want to say to you, Iyabo Ojo, keep soaring. This fire did not burn you. It only refined you. And when you are refined by fire, what comes out of it is magical. Okay? So know that you have been refined by this fire today. Okay? And I'm going to end this by saying, the fire may have come to destroy, but it only revealed who truly stands for her. The next chapter, we wait in holy anticipation, because when heaven backs you, no force on earth can break you. And if this fire was a test, Iyabo Ojo has passed it with grace. And with this, my people, I want to leave this story right here because I don't want to make it too long, okay? But I'm sure you guys understand what we have said in this story. Okay, maybe I should just recap. You see, in the course of Iyabo's life struggles, don't forget that she's a single mother. I know a lot of you already know this. Don't forget that this is a woman who uh, was in love when she got married, but that love was never returned back to her. And early on in the marriage, she was told that she wasn't wanted. Yes, you heard me well. So starting from the very beginning, she started fending for these kids. And today she has grown herself and grown these kids to who they are today. And she has grown a business empire. She has grown to become a big brand, not just in Nigeria alone, but all over Africa and even beyond. Okay, so this is a woman that has seen it all. She has faced all manners of storms. And today, her life is a testimony of so many battles She has fought for people, the people who are less privileged, the vulnerables. Most of these battles, in the course of fighting them, she offends a lot of people. Don't forget that people don't usually like those who fight, those who champion the causes of others. People don't like them. Yes. So I'm not surprised that, look, instead of being loved by so many people, for her, for the kind of work she does, for humanity, what she gets from people, especially when this incident happened, what she got. Sometimes I look at some of these comments by some people, and I'm just outraged internally, because I ask myself, where is our humanity? Because I remember when we were growing up, as kids, our parents taught us to be empathetic towards others when they are down, or when they face challenges. But in Nigeria of today, I don't know if it is the advent of uh, uh, social media, or it's just civilization. I don't know what it is. But it's so sad seeing what people are posting all over the place. Some people are saying, good for her, this is karma, this is the blah, blah, blah. See, this is not to say that Iyabo Ojo is a perfect woman or is a perfect person. I keep saying that every one of us, none of us is infallible. We all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. So Iyabo Ojo, I'm not saying by this a story that she's perfect, but I mean, give it to her. She has done well for herself, and she has done well for humanity. If she has made one or two mistakes in the past, please, I think we should not judge her by those one or two few mistakes. Okay, I think this is a time for people to show empathy, because it could have even gotten worse than this. But like I said, you see, she carries a grace that cannot be put down by anyone. Okay, so finally, I'm going to leave it right here. And what do you think about this story? Please feel free to go to the comment section and leave your comment. Please show some support to this great woman at this time. Okay, I'm going to be back soon. God bless you. Bye bye.